How are you? I hope our previous episodes have helped you to realize how expectation generates pain and suffering. Today, with some practical examples, let's go through this theory again and try to understand this further. So, recently, I met with this lady and she was talking about her family problem. She said that she recently got to know that her husband was cheating on her. And as soon as she got to know that, she went through a lot of pain and she was devastated and she got panic attacks and she couldn't face her husband and couldn't live with him anymore. And the fear started to occur. And she had a little kid and she was worried about what's going on with this and what's going to happen with the kid and the kid's future and their future. And she started to feel all those worries, the fear about the future, the pain and can't facing her husband and couldn't live with him in the same house. So all those occurred. But let's think, before that happened, before she got to know it, didn't her husband cheat on her? Didn't her husband have that affair? But as soon as she got to know only, her world started to shake. As long as she didn't know, she was okay, she was happy with the family. Getting to know is the problem. But getting to know created something, that is, by hearing the news or seeing the news affected her expectation, and her expectations were not met. So if we go back to the theory that we were talking about, we spoke last time, expectation creates suffering or pain or happiness as well. If you meet with the expectation, you are happy. If you can't meet with it, you feel sad, worry. And then we talked about how expectation happens. To expectation to occur, we need to have attachment. What is attachment? We simply call liking. The liking happens. When liking happens, expectation happens. For the mind to get attached to, there's another cause that comes into play. That is the idea we talked about last time. Everything starts with a simple idea. That is ignorance. Ignorance is the biggest problem. Why? If we don't know the truth, this whole process works and your whole life depends on conditional happiness, depends on your expectations, and you try to fulfill your expectations, and that's where everything starts, the problem starts to play. Okay, let's go back to where she got to know her husband. Before he became her husband, what happened? By seeing that person, she started to get attracted to him. She told me that she fell in love with his looks and the way he approached her. So those were the facts that attracted her to be with him. So Let's stop there and let's get another example. There was another lady who came and talked to me. Her son is into drugs now. He's using drugs and now it's beyond control. This family is going through a lot of problems because of this son. And now she doesn't know what to do, and they have put this kid to a rehabilitation center, but after a while he's been released, and again now he's into drugs with his friends again, and now things have gotten really worse. So when I asked them, both of them, what is the real problem? The son having drugs or husband cheating on her? You would say the answer is yes. Even I felt the same thing before. But to understand the mind's mechanism and the truth of this universe, if we look at this is completely a process. And we can break through this process by breaking this ignorance, by knowing the truth of this universe. What is the truth of this universe? The whole world is created by causes. When the causes align, the effect manifests. Let's take this handsome man she once fell in love with. Okay, I'm drawing this handsome man. Pardon with me. Okay, he's this man that she fell in love with. And a human being is made out of 32 parts, right? 32 parts. Let's say when she saw him, his skin is completely taken off. Will she ever fall in love with this man? What's your answer? Yes or no? No, right? Why? A skinned man, so it's all flesh that she can see. But the beauty lies on the skin, isn't it? So, let's find out where is her husband. Let's take each and every body part into 32 buckets. Blood into one, flesh into one, bones, veins, hair, all those things into different buckets. And then find out where this man is. Where did the man go? Did he just vanished? No, this is a set of causes. Alignment of 32 causes. When one cause is taken off, as I said, the skin is taken off. Do you see the same man? But the skin is in his hand now. So the skin is peeled off and he holds the skin. So all 32 parts are there, but you don't see the same man you saw before. She doesn't see the same man she once saw, right? So what we can understand is if you take each and every part separately, where is this entity? Where is this man who cheated on her or who once fell in love with her? You can't find a man. So that is where we have to understand ignorance is believing. The mind believes people exist, things exist, and people can give happiness. People are there. But by understanding the truth, cause and effect, where is this existing man? Where is this man? without causes, you can't point out a man. So if we can break through each and every rupa that minds pick, you see, it's made out of causes, and causes together generates an effect. That effect is read in the mind as one entity. It happens because the mind believes things exist, people exist. The mind has that idea. When that idea is there, attachment occurs. Due to attachment, expectation occurs. Due to expectation, the mind generates a man, that existing man, and now the next level of problems occur, next level of happiness occur. What is that? Expecting things from that existing man. But what if we can see there's no man that really exists apart from a set of causes aligned in a specific way that gives the effect of a man? Will the mind ever rely the happiness in that man? I know it sounds a little difficult to look at your spouse, look at your child in that manner. But if you try to practice this and see, where is my child? That child who was into drugs, if you look at that child, where is this existing child? That entity, the child that really exists who does drugs. But if you can, take off limbs, take off the body parts and see, where did the child go? Where did the child go? You can't give a specific answer. But the mind believes a child exists, a man exists, and that is the projection that creates a separate entity or a separate existing person. When that a separate person exists, that is where we try to rely our happiness completely on that person. But if we can figure out, this is a set of causes, and that is an arrangement of causes, and this is the effect. Will you ever rely on an effect which made out of causes? Because once one cause is taken off, that effect doesn't exist anymore. That is where I explain, like taking off the skin won't create the same man as before, because only one cause is taken off. Imagine to have this man in this manner, how many causes should align? If one cause is taken off, the effect is completely different. If we can understand this cause and effect concept in our day-to-day life, then our ignorance will fade out eventually. You will find the inner happiness or unconditional or independent happiness within you by realizing the world around you, understanding the world around you. So, in that sense, you will never rely your happiness on somebody. But that doesn't mean that you won't live with them. You won't have a normal life. But you can live that life with the understanding of this world. If you know this is a set of causes aligned and this is the effect, your expectation level would reduce gradually, because nothing is under our control. The control relies on the causes. If one cause is taken off, you can't rely on your expectation where, this has to be like this. If you believe he has to have this figure, but if one cause is taken off, you can't have the same figure anymore. Just like that, we can put it into different behaviors. The mind believes you want the set of causes, this effect to be in this manner. No other women, just myself, and he has to behave like this. No drugs. He has to eat and live in a way that I want. So that is what your mind believes. But when it comes to causes, when it comes to the external world, everything is made out of causes. And how can you rely on something that is made out of causes? If the causes changes, if one cause is added, if one cause is taken off, if the arrangement changes, what happens? Your mind suffers. So the happiness or the worry that you experience is generated in your mind because of ignorance, because the mind doesn't know the truth. The mind doesn't know the whole world is made out of causes. It's cause and effect. Today, with this theory, with this knowledge, you can apply this into your loved ones, the people you love, the people you associate, and see, where is this person? Where is this person? Is he really exist? Is she really exist? Or are these just causes that aligned in such manner, and this is the effect that generates? And is it an existing man, an existing woman, or a set of causes aligned in this way that gives an effect of a man? Practice this in your life and see how it works. You may have answers, you may have questions, so you can clarify it further if we keep on discussing the true nature of this life, the true nature of this universe. So let's talk about this in our next episodes as well. Hope you apply this to your life and try to understand this. So it will eventually help you to know the truth and come out of all the pains that you go through in your day-to-day life.